Welcome to day 20 of the 21-day sleep challenge. We're almost down to the wire here. And what I want to focus on today is bringing a thriving mindset while you sleep. Our minds are our greatest asset. What we believe matters. I can't tell you how many people I've talked to about sleep, and they have a story about their sleep. And most of it is non-serving, and they're wedded to their story. They're not interested in changing their story. And so, obviously, if you're here, you're interested in changing your story. And that is super empowering and life changing. So, let's just talk a little bit about rewiring our limiting beliefs, reinforcing positivity, and cultivating resilience. Number one, I set an intention before I go to sleep. And that is that as I am in bed, I am in restful time. I am in sleep time that is restoring my body and my mind. And I truly, truly believe that. So, for example, you might want to say, tonight, my mind will rest, it will heal, it will wake up refreshed with new insights. Let me say that again. Tonight, my mind will rest, heal, and wake up refreshed with new insights. Throughout the night, our subconscious is working behind the scenes. And what we tell it before we go to sleep, it will work on while we're sleeping. So, for instance, you could also use some sleep affirmations, subliminal messaging to your subconscious before you go to sleep. So, an example is I am worthy of success and happiness. I attract opportunities effortlessly. I wake up energized and motivated. Now, that one, I wake up energized and motivated, has been one I've worked with for decades now. I just believe that's who I am. And therefore, I do. And I don't even know how that got started. I just know it works. And my belief that that is who I am creates my actions and how I behave in terms of getting out of bed and moving into my day. So the messaging to our subconscious matters. We talked about this a little bit yesterday is before you go to sleep at night, reflect on gratitude and wins. And so what you're doing is instead of thinking about the things that went wrong that day, quote, wrong or bad, I'm not a big believer in good, bad, right, wrong. I'm a big believer in what are the outcomes I'm trying to create. Whatever I did, was it helpful in creating that or was it not helpful in creating that? So what's working, what's not working? However, at night before you're really ready to go to bed, you should be easing your body into gratitude for the day, focusing on the things that went well, the things that you're grateful for, the wins that you had. And sometimes these wins don't have to be big wins. They can be what I call micro successes. And I have an app that I work with throughout the day, and I have these little interruptions throughout the day for a minute or two where I am doing some guided work so that my brain can rest in between all the things that I have going on. So a win for me would be I did all my guided meditation and my app in the morning, which I always do. And then if I did one or two of those 1 to 2 minutes during the day, those are successes for me. If I ate well that day, big success. If I stayed consistent in me taking breaths in between my appointments and taking a moment to decompress, to kind of close out what I was doing previously, create space before I move on to the next. That's a win. So focus on gratitude and your wins. Super, super helpful in, again, calming your mind so that you can sleep more peacefully. Potentially kind of visualize your ideal future. What we focus on, we get. Where our energy goes, it actually creates. And so we have this thing in our brains called the reticular activating system, the RAS. And actually, really, truly, that is the thing is what we focus on, we get more of. So really quick, easy example is when you buy a car, And let's just say you buy a red Toyota. And then after you bought this car, you see a million red Toyotas everywhere because your RAS has focused in on red Toyotas. And so therefore you see them far more. They've always been there, but your focus makes sure that you see more of them. So what we focus on in terms of our restorative quality sleep and our commitment to that and our willingness to adopt some new habits in order to build momentum in the direction of being able to accomplish our sleep at a much higher level, higher performance. What we're focused on matters because it actually creates what we get. So pay attention to what you're focusing on. So for high performance people, our mindsets matter, our sleep matters. And the general rule of thumb is between 7 and 9 hours of sleep, quality sleep every night so that our toxins can be detoxed out and our brains can reincorporate the memories and the learning of the day. Stick to consistency on this. Again, optimum sleep environment, super important. And then what we all consider a growth mindset. Wake up with the attitude that today is full of possibilities because it is. And if you actually believe that, you will begin to see the possibilities. So a long time ago, I learned that when I would pick my son up at the end of the day, I would ask him, what was the best part of your day? And at first he's like, oh, mom, da, da, da. And then within a couple days, 3 days, he was starting to tell me before I even asked what was the best part of his day. Well, when you set that question in motion, then we start to look for the best parts of our day. So if you believe that today is full of possibilities, you will begin to look for the possibilities. You will begin to create the possibilities. And this is the perfect example of a growth mindset is that possibilities surround us all the time. Is our reticular activating system, our focus on the possibilities or not? And then another one, I am capable, strong, and ready to create my best day. So if you lean into the fact that you are capable, strong, and going to create a best day, guess what? You might create a best day. So I'm all about having better days. I'm all about leaning into the possibilities of the day. I'm all about embracing the miracles of the day. The, oh, wow, that was so great. Just embracing and being grateful for what really does surround us on a regular basis and knowing that, in fact, that does exist. So, remember, here's a little factoid. The first 20 minutes after waking, your brain is the most malleable, making this the key time to reinforce positivity. So the first 20 minutes, super, super valuable in terms of how you lean into your day. So for those of you who lean into your day by starting with looking at the news or going to Facebook or going to Instagram, stop. Please, really, I'm a big believer in do not look at the news. Do not find out what's happening because your brain is automatically going to go to what's wrong in the world. And you're automatically going to hook yourself into the anxiety of your day. Start your day in a really positive way. And that first 20 minutes is mission critical. So choose wisely and sleep well.